The first time I've ever travelled. I've been to Kenya before, but never to Tanzania.
Before you came into Dar es Salaam, we saw in Zanzibar and you get ambassador in tourism. Maybe how you can explain for gift you get?
Yeah, it was something that came about that Charles Mdera helped with. You know, it was a beautiful place. The culture, the food, the people. It was a great mix of old tradition and new and developing, and it was safe. You know, I'm here alone with my little girl, and I think that's really important. And I think, you know, there was such a positive vibe in the city that it's something that the world needs to experience.
But your aim for advertising Zanzibar and tourism as the ambassador, which brand?
Yeah, the aim is to, you know, positively represent Zanzibar where I go, and, you know, encourage people to come here to holiday. And it is a growing tourism place. There's so many initiatives that I spoke with Mr. Samai and Fatima that, you know, I want to get involved with, I want to develop. And yeah, it's positive for the sport of boxing, it's positive for me, it's positive for Zanzibar, but most importantly it's positive for the people.
One of the problems with Zanzibar, we have lockdown for boxing for 6 years ago, and this year Nyakati are starting as to promote the boxing for you and the British people from England. Do you have any plan to support to issue the boxing for Zanzibar?
There's definitely plans and development in the early processes of developing plans and developing programs to, you know, encourage boxing and support boxing. Like, again, that I would love to be involved in. But the plans are in the early stages. Nothing is set in stone, so we'll see how they develop. And like I said, wherever I can add value, that's what I'll do.
You came to Dar es Salaam and you see some of those of Tanzania. Maybe what you learn?
Maybe, sorry.
What you learn? What you learn?
Oh, what did I learn? I've experienced, you know, I went to a couple of clubs yesterday, and, you know, just to see the hard work, dedication, and that the boxers themselves put in with very little reward, only intrinsically rewarded. It's a great motivation for me, because I realise how comfortable I am in my boxing position, and I feel I need to be uncomfortable and you know, to get the best out of me. But I think it's very endearing to see how you know, how great these boxers are with so little help and support. And I think, you know, with that help and support, and, you know, with anything that I can do, that Tanzania would be a great boxing nation. And, you know, boxing is very well supported by the people. We watched a spar that was just at the roadside, and there was about 300 people watching, and, you know, that shows the pull that sport has. I watched the football game earlier in the week between Simba, that Simba won, and again you can see what sport means to people here. But sport also can give you them opportunities and then platforms to go on and be great and do great. And I think however I can encourage that and motivate that is very important. Say that again, sorry.
I see that you get the chance to go some gym for local Tanzanian boxing.
Yep.
You see the environmentals for boxer?
I definitely, it's different to what I'm used to in the UK. But yeah, it made me really question my training and how I go about training, and it motivated me to do and be better. And I will be going along to a gym tonight to train alongside some boxers and see, you know, how training goes here. I just watched the session and viewed the session yesterday, but today I'll be involved in the session, so I'll get a better understanding of, you know, what the coaching's like, what it's like to train outside, what the equipment's like, and how they make the best of what they have, which is what I seen yesterday. I think Ferisha is a true reflection of the Tanzanian people. She's strong, she's tough, and she doesn't give up. So I knew I had to be at my best in order to be able to win that fight. Yeah, boxing in Tanzania is something I definitely want to do in my career before I retire. So, yeah, whether we can do that with Sky Sports TV, Ben Shalom, a boxer, or whether we do that with Azam TV or whichever local networks that we can, get local boxers involved on the card. I've seen what sport means to people here and how fans get behind it, and that's something that I want to use positively.
So you can take a chance to ensure maybe any promoter from UK to prepare a fight in Tanzania for the first time?
For the first time, yeah. Whether that's here in mainland or whether that's in Zanzibar, yeah, that's what I would like to do before I retire.
Okay. Last time we saw a match for Hassan with Liam, but some people speaking about after Hassan was a fight. I think you see because you are near than others. What's your comment about the game of Hassan and Liam? What happened?
What happened? I don't. You can never. Boxing's such a tough sport because you can train for years, or specifically for one fight, 10, 12 weeks, but you're only judged on them 20 minutes that you're in the fight, and that's hard sometimes to perform there then on the spot. Liam knew how big of a threat Hassan could be, and he had to be at his best to beat Hassan. And unfortunately for Hassan, Liam was at his best. And Liam is a world-class operator. He's only been beaten by the top fighters in the world, like Munguia, like Canelo, and that just shows what class of fighter Hassan is to be even in the ring with him.
But Hassan, you say that he was the biggest airport after the fight. He was a big rainbow tea. He get a new boat. He got fit in this leg. What is the problem to lose?
Mila?
So is it a problem for Hassan to say after lose the fight?
There's never a good time to say all the things. What the first thing boxers say is, how's camp been? Camp's been brilliant, camp's been fine. That's a lie. There's always problems in camp. You always get little injuries. You always get days that you sparred bad. You always get and the same. You will get days that you spar really well. So there may be. I can't speak for what's in Hassan's mind, but there maybe is times things didn't go your way and you don't say anything because boxing is all about hiding all the bad things. You don't want to give your opponent any edge, so you don't tell people all the bad things that go on in camp, and you just keep it to yourself. So maybe them things did happen, but obviously when you say that afterwards, people are going to have an opinion, but that's not. I know as a boxer, them things can happen. So.
Maybe you see Hassan in Tanzania after arriving here?
I haven't seen Hassan. We've spoken on the phone through Charles. We've spoken on FaceTime. but he is currently training, I think, for a fight himself, and he has stuff to do at home. So I won't catch him this time, but maybe next time.
Okay, Tanzania have about Kilimanjaro, creators. We came to Dar es Salaam, but maybe for next time, if you're planning to go there to claim with the Kilimanjaro.
To be honest, I've really enjoyed the places that I've been. You do want to try new things, but I would really like to come back to everywhere that I've been. And now that I've been here before, I know where I want to go and where I want to stay and how long I can plan it a bit better myself. Because I was at the, I was just taking other things on board from other people initially, but now I know.
Any way for our president?
Sorry?
Any way for our president, Madam Natasha Jonas?
Say that again, sorry?
Any way for you to speak with our president?
I would like to think so. The one thing I've noticed about the Tanzanian government is that, it's very 50-50. There's just as many females in high positions as there is males, and that's not an issue. Whereas maybe back home there's a bit of a difference. We see a lot more difference, so it's quite refreshing to see a new government be so